And I would like to say welcome, welcome, wherever you are. I hope you are having a wonderful day because it is a beautiful, hot day here in sunny, hot California. But I am not complaining because whenever you wake up, it's a good day. Hey, hey, Shelby. How are you, girl? Welcome, welcome. Hey, Frankie. Welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you ladies are having a wonderful day. I guess I should say that. Okay, we'll see. Try to get back into the groove of things. Being off for a bit. Hey, Minnesota, how are you, girl? Hope everything is going well with you. All right, all right. Let's see. Hey, Chuck, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Let's get started. Okay, I want to make sure I pause the music there. Okay, so you know, let's talk about greed and how destructive is it? And people are greedy. This is a fact. However, can greed harm can greed harm us to the point of destruction? Or can greed ever be a positive thing? Um, Now, some people may say, how is greed positive? I mean, I don't know. That's what that's what I wanted to talk about because people who are usually greedy, they want power. There's all types of power and there's all types of greed. Some people may, be greedy for money, and people who have a lot of money usually they have power because they can usually buy the things that they want. And when I say buy, I'm not talking about they can go into the, car dealership and buy a Mercedes, or they can go and, go into the store and buy all these high end things. I'm talking about that some people are greedy to the point where if they have a lot of money and they have power, they're able to buy people. They're able to buy people who will do things that they want because those other people who they're buying off are also greedy. So, you know, is it a never ending cycle? I pay you off, I pay you off, I pay you off. Then there are some people who are greedy for power just so they can tell people what to do. What about that person who's climbing that corporate ladder? Or, they start off in the mailroom and their whole goal is to be CEO. Hey, hey, Mr. B, welcome. Their whole goal is to be a CEO or something, just so they can have the power of, telling people what to do. I mean, there are some managers, who are over people who get off on the power, the greed of power of being able to say you're fired, or if you don't do this, or you don't stay late, then I'm going to do that. There's all types of greed. It's not always money. So that's why I say, can greed harm us to the point of destruction? Or um, can greed be a positive thing? You know, um, are people who are greedy in the sense of wanting power and money, are they happy? Are those people happy? Because when you think about it, put it like this, the way I see it is people tend to flock around people who are like them. So if you have people who are constantly reaching for power and money and what have you, you're pretty much going to attract those people. I only want to be around people who have this. I only want to be around people who have that. But are those people happy? And are you then surrounding yourself with people who are dissatisfied, unhappy, um, and are greedy, and they're like you, as opposed to, you may have all this money, but maybe somebody who doesn't have a lot of money, or maybe somebody who does have a lot of money, but they're just a really nice person. They have their money from hard work. They didn't have to buy people off or pay people off or anything. They got it from hard work. They're that boss that everybody likes to work for, because, they don't talk down to people. You have that manager who gets out there, and if someone, you know, needs help in finishing something, they'll get out there and they'll help them so everybody can go home at the same time. Hey, Lou, welcome. You know, um, there are people who are like that. They may have power, but they don't abuse that power. So again, there's all types of greed. So do you all agree with me? Do you disagree with me? You think I'm wrong? You think I left something out? You know, um, yeah, people who are greedy, who, you know, okay, Shelby says, I agree. I mean, you have those people who are greedy in the sense of, you're all sitting down at dinner, and they just have to grab that last piece of pie. They just have to grab that last piece of cake. They're the greedy people for food. You're like, okay, you know, you try to say, you bring food to work, and you say, okay, I have enough for everybody, but you turn around and three people didn't get a piece of cake because somebody else is sitting there with four pieces. I mean, it sounds funny, but you have people that are like that. You know, there are just, I mean, there's so many types of greed. The people who, I was reading where there's something called predatory greed. You know, for sexual pleasure. Now, that could be a pedophile, or that could be someone who's a sex addict. They're greedy for sexual pleasure. Hey, Blunt, how are you? Um, so there's just so many types of greed. So could you consider someone who robs people? Are they greedy? Because they don't want to go out and buy it, so they consistently. If you're a career um, thief, is that considered greed? If you gamble, is that considered greed? So there's all types of greed, but I think when people first think of greed, people think of people who uh, want money. The first things that I think about is money and power, but there are so many different types of greed. But again, I ask, can greed be a positive thing? if you're buying up all the land, and then Shelby says, yes, wanting what others have. Well, that's okay. Yes. And that is being covetous when you're coveting something. But is a thief coveting? Are they coveting what someone else has? I mean, is is wanting what some is wanting what others have, is that greed or is that jealousy? Okay, and then Lou says envy. All right, is envy and jealousy, are they the same things? So again, you look around and you look at different people and you just say they're greedy, but what type of greed do they have? And again, I ask, can greed ever be a good thing? Okay, and again, like I started to say, like if you're buying up all the land in one particular area, can people say, oh, that person's greedy? But then is it greed, or you just buy up all the land because you're opening up a shelter, or you're doing something for someone else? Is that considered greed, or you just you just have the money and the means to do this stuff? So are you greedy if you have all this money or power and you don't use it to help other people? Is that greed or is that selfishness? Should people who have the means help others? Hey, GP, welcome. I mean, should people who have the means be required to help others? If you knew that if you knew that at a certain time or place or date, whatever, that all the water in the world would cease to flow. All the rivers would drive up, oceans, lakes, creeks, whatever would dry up. And you had X amount of time to grab all the water that you could, whatever. And that's what you have to live on, say, for the next year. Are you greedy if you grabbed up all the water, or you have X amount of water, you have an excess amount that you probably won't need, but your neighbor or somebody else doesn't have it? You'll say, okay, I'll share, but you're gonna have to pay me. Is that being greedy? Or is the fact that, hey, you should have been out there, I was out there getting my water, you should have been out there getting yours? Is that greed? And Shelby says, I mean, if they went, okay, they had the same thing. That falls under share the wealth. But should you? And then Blunt says, that's greed. And water is getting expensive. Come out here where I am. Okay, so but Blunt, is it greed? Okay, Blunt, let me put it like this. You're at the supermarket and you have 5 minutes to run and grab as much food that will last you for a year. Now you run and you go and you get steaks and you go to the meat section, all that other stuff. I'm going to get rice, beans, things like that. I may get some meat, rice, beans. I'm going to get water, but you're going for all the high end stuff. 5 minutes is up, and you come back, and we have enough food. Technically, we have enough food that's going to last us for a year. But in that year, anything can happen. Say there's a power outage, all your meat spoils. Me, I still have my rice and beans and whatever, which doesn't spoil. You come knocking at my door. Hey, salad. Um, can I have some rice? Can I have some beans? Well, what happened to all that meat you bought? Well, we had that power outage and all our meat spoiled. Well, yeah, you can have some, but a bag of rice, I'm gonna charge you $10 for it. Am I being greedy or am I? I'm sorry for laughing. Am I being greedy or am I being self-sufficient? Was I, you know, was I, was I smart to buy non-perishable things? Shelby says inflation. Oh Lord. Well, there's that too. So, I mean, can greed be a good thing for me because it's possible for me to make money or for somebody else to make money? I mean, and do I have to share the wealth? And Lou says, yeah, beans and pasta. Yep. It's smart though. Shelby says, he said, personally, I wouldn't grab all of an item. Just how my grandparents raised me, fair is fair, says his ambition. Okay, but again, you wouldn't grab all of an item, but again, you're also talking about survival. You're also talking about survival. And Shelby says it depends upon the situation. So if you knew, that certain things were going to happen, uh, what if it was like back in the 50s where people were building those what did you call those houses, those cellars, those bomb shelters, the bomb shelters. And what if you had to literally live in one of those, for an extended period of time? When I say extended period, I'm talking about more than a year, more than 2 years. You're going to tell me that you're not going to get out there and grab, and I am going to use the word grab, what you can to make sure that you and your family, are able to survive, because you won't be able to come out. So while you're saying, you want to make sure that somebody else has it, but what if you're so busy, being kind to everyone else that you don't have yours, and after a couple of months, you're hungry? What do you do? When you hear about those people who, get lost in places and what have you, and um, they turn on each other and they start to eat each other. Is that being greedy to survive? Or, I mean, what do you do? Yeah, Lou. I mean, seriously. You hear stories about that. The weakest person is usually the one that doesn't survive. Yes, we can say serial eaters, but I didn't say serial killer, Lou. See, I did not say serial killer. So I mean, I'm just, I'm just asking. Is greed something that can be a good thing? Shelby, are you saying it's good to eat people, or like, let me think about this? Blunt says, I'm not eating anyone, I'm a vegetarian. Okay, Blunt, but does it matter what part of the body you eat? I mean, y'all, I'm not trying to get gross here. I'm 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 being very serious here. Is the heart considered a vegetable? I mean, so maybe there are parts of the body that you can eat. Shelby says, no, let me think. I'm not eating humans. Hmm. But Shelby, how can you say that you're not? How could you say that you're not? What if the only thing left to eat was dog food? Would you eat dog food or cat food? Would you be that person that's greedy and you grab that dog food or cat food? Hey, sweet as always, Angel Bear. I apologize for not saying hello to you. Hello. You know, so you know, how do you know what you won't eat until you're in the position where you have to grab it or you have to eat it? Exactly. In desperate situations, you don't know. In desperate situations, you don't know. Now I know I'm getting off topic here because now my mind is going into this cereal eating thing and eating people now, and y'all gonna say I'm getting silly, and I know that I am. But what if you guys were in a situation where again you all were in a plane crash or something happened where there was no food, okay, and people tend to turn on each other when they get hungry and when they get desperate. People tend to turn on each other. Even family can turn on each other when they get desperate. Um, Shelby says, "Y'all just kill me." So yes, Lou, like the movie Alive, and, you know. So what if that was a good movie, by the way? I usually watch it if it comes on, but okay. That's my homeland people. Okay, so um, what if you were in a situation where you saw that people were turning on each other, your so-called friends, your teammates, whatever, and they were turning on the weakest person. And day by day, you were getting weaker and weaker. People may not know because you're trying to hide it, but you are getting weaker and weaker. Um, Now follow me here, y'all. Okay, follow me. Okay, so y'all won't think that I'm serious. Barbecue arm. I volunteer as tribute, Lord of the Flies. Okay, so if you knew that they were going to turn on you because you were getting weaker, would you kill yourself before your companions do? Shelby says yes. Shelby says yes. You know what, Shelby? I have to say, so would I. I would definitely, yeah, because yeah, yeah. And then the next day you get rescued. Yeah. So I'm sorry, y'all. That's how my mind goes sometimes. Lou said that cereal cereal eaters. So now, but again, greed comes in so many different ways. People can be greedy just trying to survive. Hey, Power Girl. People can be greedy just trying to survive. And is that wrong? Is it wrong for wanting to survive? And if that means that you're running and you're buying up all the rice, or buying up all the bread, or something like that, is that wrong? Is it right? I don't know. Chuck, is it? I mean, does it fall into that gray area? Is it right and wrong? But again, see, Shelby says, believe it or not, it's gonna happen anyway. True, true. I mean, look at what happened during COVID. And Lou says buy up all the toilet paper, and GB says not in this country. Okay, GB, when you say not in this country, are you saying eating people, or are you just saying that the whole greed thing, period? Because with COVID, we did see greed. We did see people buying up all the toilet paper and whatever, until they started putting limits on how much you can buy. And then it was okay, we're all gonna go in. We got 6 people in the family. You're gonna buy 2 rolls. You're gonna buy 2 rolls. You're gonna buy 2 rolls. And some stores even said per family. They started saying per family because that's what people were doing. So when you say not in this country, exactly what are you referring to? Because I think Americans, I think we're the first ones that are greedy, buying everything they can. But GB, don't you think that we've always done that? That until we're told there's a limit. Because I agree with Shell. We are the grittiest. I mean, I'm not even going to repeat that, GP. I'll just let everybody else read that. But I just okay. And Shelby says we have the best and the most, and we don't appreciate anything. And Lou says, I wish I knew how to be greedy. No, hey, Shaq, I appreciate you even being here. So if you can't call in, I understand. Well, thank you, Chuck. Lou, are you going to tell me that you've never ever been greedy ever? And when I say ever, I'm talking about going back to childhood. You didn't want to take that extra piece of gum or that extra bag of popcorn while all your friends were eating this or something. Come on now, come on. I mean, because I think we've all been greedy at some point. Okay, Lou says in the thief days, yes. Okay, all right. But that's long in the past. Okay. Okay, Shelby says ice cream. Okay, just because we've done it doesn't make it right. No, it doesn't. But then again, I say, if you're being greedy to survive, is that wrong? If you throw your family into it, if you put your and Chuck says yes, you can't be both. Okay. So again, I say you have forewarning that a certain thing is going to happen. And you have a limited amount of time to get your things together, because once, I mean, let's say, let's go to the Bible. Now, I know there are people here who are atheists and don't believe in the Bible. So I'm just going to take the story of Noah's Ark. 40 days and 40 nights. Let's say that, I'm not going to say God, but let's say the weatherman said that it's going to rain for 40 days and 40 nights, or it's going to rain for 60 days and 60 nights, or it's going to rain for 6 months straight. And the only way to survive is everybody's going to have to go out there and build a boat. Okay, so everybody's out there building their boats, and we're going to call it an ark, a yacht, whatever y'all, your little dinghy, whatever you all are building. Everybody is out there building. Everybody's running to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever store you have to get wood. You run out of wood. People are chopping down trees, whatever. Everybody is in this frantic thing to buy this boat so they can stay afloat, because they know for a fact that homes are going to get washed away, things are going to be flooded. But at the same time, you got to have food. You got to have food. So people are making a mad dash to the stores to buy food. You have a family of 8. Someone else has a family of 4. Someone else has a family of 2. Some people are just by themselves. Is it wrong to want to stock up as much as possible? Because after it stops raining, the water has to drain away. That's not going to take a day or two. That's going to take a couple of months if it's been raining for that long. Is it wrong? Because you've gone out here, you built your boat, you ran to the store, you got everything you could to make sure that you and yours survived for as long as it was going to take that you had to live on that boat. And you just happened to go in and you did take all the toilet paper. You did take all the rice. You know, there were 10 bags of rice. You took all 10. Because in your mind, you need all 10. Do I have to leave 5? Do I have to leave 2? Can't I take all 10 if I'm saying to myself, I'm going to need all 10 because this is what we're going to need. So again, are you greedy? Okay, so Chuck says you're either surviving or accumulating stuff for greed. But again, I say if you're surviving, if you're trying to survive, is it greedy? Or is it greedy if you're trying to survive? Stocking for survival is not greedy. Okay, so that's right. Okay. So yeah, y'all, I know I can come up with these 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 scenarios. But you know, I usually try to do it to make a point, even though sometimes they are kind of, you know, out there. But yeah. So hold on, my chat just jumped. Okay. Uh well, yes. So I can't. Oh goodness. So, again, there's just so many types of greed. You know, there's the material greed where you're hoarding, that intangible greed for pleasure or power. The kind of greed where you're just greedy and you're just eating everything that you see and you're not sharing with anyone else. You know, um, and then the kind that you covet when you just have to have more and more. And that thing they call predatory greed, um, porn, or you just like sex, you just have to have it. Lou says sharing is caring. Don't drop 4 hours at the all-you-can-eat buffet. Okay, let's talk about the all-you-can-eat buffet. Let's talk about greed at the all-you-can-eat buffet. So all you can eat means all you can eat. So are you being greedy if you are literally sitting there and you're there for 8 hours? You're there all day because it's all you can eat and you can eat a lot? Is that being greedy? But it says all you can eat. Do I have a right to put you out if you're there for an extended amount of time? People have come and gone, and you're still there. Are you being greedy, or is it all you can eat? And literally, your stomach is a bottomless pit. I mean, you're not taking food home. You're not stuffing food into your pockets and taking it home. You're literally sitting there eating it. You're eating every single bite. Is that greed? Chuck says, I enjoy your discussions. Thank you, Chuck. Okay, Blunt says, technically, but you best believe I'm getting my money's worth. Okay, so technically, it is greedy. Is that what you're saying, Blunt? The technically part? But is it really? Is it really? Welcome, wake up Christmas, wake up Christians. I'm sorry, I read it as Christmas. Christians, wake up Christians, welcome. I mean, but is it greedy if it is all you can eat and you're there a long time? You're the one that brought it up. You're the one that said yes. So I have to push back on you. Oh boy. Well, Blunt, you may have 10 little plastic soldiers to feed. So, hey, I'm going to give you a break at the all you can eat bar. You and Fair can feed your 10 plastic soldiers. Oh, guys, that's from a previous show. That's from a previous show, guys. Oh, Lord. All right. So, I said there was predatory greed, people who were have a predatory greed for sexual pleasure. Well, again, I said it could be porn or it could be you just like sex. Um, is that greedy? If you like a lot of sex, if you just have to have it all the time, is that greedy? I mean, as long as you're not going out hurting anyone else and you are the person that you're with is uh they consent to it. Um, is it greedy? Okay, so Lou says no. So why is that not greed, but not saying that you said this, Lou and Blunt, I'm not picking on you. But is there a difference between wanting a lot of sex and having sex all day as opposed to going to an all you can eat buffet and eating all day? Is there a difference? And I know I'm getting a little silly here. Anybody? Anybody? Oh boy. Yes, two parties. Or it could just be you all by yourself, I mean, is that greedy if you're solo? I don't know. Oh, they just pop into my head, Minnesota. They just pop into my head. But I don't know. I think all in all, greed is something that we need to greed is something that we do need to watch. But I would say, in my opinion, excuse me, in my opinion, some of the worst types of greed is people who want power. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting money. A lot of people, we all want to have money. Some people are satisfied with the amount of money that they have. But I do believe that when you start using your money for greed, for power, for negative things, then it's a problem. But I definitely think that greed for power and position and prestige, I think that that's wrong. Okay, Chuck says greed drives innovation. Innovation in what way? We can innovate the same without greed, but not as quickly. True, true. Depending upon. Okay, so when you say greed with drives innovation, so are you saying you have someone who's greedy to find a cure for cancer, as opposed to someone who's greedy to accumulate, you know, um, all this land so they can build um, apartments or condos and then sell them for as much money as they possibly can and make as much money as they possibly can, as opposed to, say, building affordable housing for people to be able to live. So, okay, new products, new processes. Okay, new ways to make money or more money efficiently to save money. Okay, all right. Okay. But as long as that doesn't get out of control and brings about this more quickly than not. But is it greed or is it ambition, Chuck? Is it greed that you're doing that for? Is it ambition or is it greed? That you have the ambition to do that, to promote new products, new processes, new ways. It's your ambition. And can okay, I was about to say, but can ambition be confused with greed? So I don't know. But anyway, ambition is to accomplish money, is the motivation for greed. So if you play the lottery every week and you're hoping to win Powerball, or you're hoping to win, $200,000 or whatever, is that greed because you play the lottery? Okay, lotto is usually greed. Okay, all right. Well, guys, that's all I have. I'm trying to make a point to keep my show to 45 minutes. I'm sorry, my days have gotten busy. But Black, as always, I enjoy picking on you. Besides, I told you that I told you that I was going to get you, but your question did, your comment did, I had to, kind of say something. So, and see, Shelby, I was not picking on you today. See, I didn't. But as always, I love you too, Blunt. I love you too. And Lou says, boo, but okay, cereal eaters. Yes, it is. Blunt is all in jest. It is. Well, guys, I don't have a song to leave you guys with. So I'm just gonna say, as always, thank you for coming. I will not have a show tomorrow. I will not have a show tomorrow, but I will have one on Wednesday. It's already posted. Chuck, thank you for taking time at work to chat. Power Girl, I know that you have to hide out in the bathroom and listen to my show. So thank you. Thank you. Well, Chuck, one of these days you are going to be able to call. So, I look forward to that. So, and guys, also, I was on Lou's show yesterday. Very good conversation. Very good conversation. I enjoyed it. So, and Shelby has her show tomorrow. Am I right, Shelby? Tuesday, right? You're welcome, Lou. You're welcome. 2 Central. So 12 noon Pacific, 2 Central, and 3 p.m. Eastern for Shelby Show. All right, y'all. So take it easy and enjoy your day or evening wherever you are. And I hope to see you on Wednesday. And as always, guys, thank you for liking the show. Bye.